You would oppose Kang, the Conqueror?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and in this installment of Versus, we're pitting Kang the Conqueror against Thanos.
With all 6 stones, I could simply snap my fingers. They would all cease to exist. I call that mercy.
Let he who challenges Kang feel my wrath.
They'll never know it. Because you won't be alive to tell them.
For this video, we're comparing origin stories, intellect, and more to see which villain deserves to reign over the Marvel Universe. If you aren't caught up with the MCU shows and movies, a big spoiler warning is in effect. Who's your favorite Marvel big bad? Let us know in the comments below. Round 1. Origins.
Look upon the face of your future. I am Kang the Conqueror, ruler of the 41st century Earth.
Nathaniel Richards was born into a utopian future society that bored him to tears. But things got interesting when he rebuilt a time machine, traveled to ancient Egypt, and became a pharaoh. After the Fantastic Four forced him to flee the era, he found Dr. Doom during his time-traveling journey. In the wake of this encounter, Richards accidentally ended up in the violent year of 4000 AD. He quickly built a suit modeled after Dr. Doom and used abandoned future tech to take over the ruined world as Kang the Conqueror.
Kang rules the Earth with an iron fist, enslaving billions.
But he once again found himself dissatisfied, so he decided to go back to Dr. Doom's time period and take over. This marked the beginning of Kang's journey to take over a younger Earth.
You stole man's future and turned paradise into purgatory. And if I give this back to you, it will all happen again.
Although Thanos was immediately seen as an outsider because of his unusual purple appearance, he eventually made a few friends. Thanos lived a happy life until the embodiment of death encouraged him to take his companions into a deep cave. Unfortunately, his friends had fatal encounters with the creatures inside.
I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right. Yet to fail, nonetheless.
Thanos later returned to slay every being that lived in that cave. He eventually moved on from attacking creatures to conducting experiments on his neighbors and even his own mother. Upon alienating most of his loved ones, he tried to cut back on his violent tendencies.
You failed. And do you want to know why? Because you love nothing. No one.
But Thanos embraced his bad habits again and reunited with the embodiment of death. He decided to keep committing violent acts in the hopes that at least death would love him.
To challenge them is to court death.
Thanos definitely has a more sympathetic story. However, Kang's origins are full of time travel, encounters with superpowered people, and a consistent motivation to rule everything. His larger and more intriguing origins conquered our attention this round. Winner, Kang.
History remembered you well. Unless you wish to change that, stand clear.
Round 2, Equipment. Since Kang is from the 40th century, he has access to seriously advanced technology.
This device actually froze time. Can you do that?
Not in this century.
What's that mean?
It means Kang comes from the future.
He combined the best equipment he could find into one powerful suit of battle armor. Kang's outfit lets him do anything from manipulate gravity to summon shields.
Fire! Didn't make a dent!
And since he can control the suit with his thoughts, he doesn't need to say anything to activate those abilities and many more. Kang has also been seen with a sphere that allows him to transport people through time and imprison Avengers.
Where is she, Kang?
She's trapped, as I had been. The time for talk is over.
If you want to defeat this conqueror, you need to find a way to disable or overcome all of his ridiculously advanced tech. While Thanos has been known to rock an impressive set of armor, the most notable weapon he's associated with is the Infinity Gauntlet.
There are 2 more stones on Earth.
This golden glove allows him to harness the power of 6 unique cosmic stones. With the gauntlet in hand, Thanos can mess with time and reality, trap souls, teleport, and enhance his own formidable powers. Each of those tremendous abilities only takes 1 stone each. If Thanos uses them all at the same time, he can accomplish horrifying things that could affect the entire universe.
I know what I must do. I will shred this universe down to its last atom.
But even when he's using an incomplete gauntlet, multiple Avengers working together still have trouble defeating the Titan.
Be quick! He is very strong!
Parker, help! Get over here, she can't hold it much longer, let's go.
Having access to tech that hasn't even been thought of yet definitely helps Kang get an edge in most of his encounters. But Thanos can win wars with his gauntlet by just clenching his fist. The power of all 6 Infinity Stones is simply too overwhelming for most beings to overcome. Winner, Thanos.
I am inevitable.
Round 3, Intelligence.
All ships begin transtemporal jump.
Sir, we don't have the coordinates. There's not enough time.
It wouldn't be smart to underestimate how intelligent Kang is. Not only does he have the intellect to handle all the tech we mentioned, he's also good at coming up with battle strategies. Kang has boasted that he was able to build an army and conquer the 40th century Earth within weeks. He's also easily outwitted geniuses like Tony Stark and Reed Richards on several occasions. And although Kang can improvise new plots, he also has in-depth knowledge of the timeline's events.
You can't kill me because I already know what's going to happen. See?
Since he almost always knows what will happen next, his enemies have to deal with both his future predictions and massive brain.
I will not be beaten by a bunch of Neanderthals. Hold the line!
When Thanos was just a child, many of his peers and educators recognized he was a genius. After becoming the top student in school, he started surpassing his teachers. Thanos would later use his sharp mind to become a brilliant tactician.
What did you do to them?
Nothing. Yet. They're not trying to stop something I'm going to do in our time. We're trying to undo something I've already done in theirs.
He constructed elaborate plans to dismantle his enemies. Even when he didn't have much time to prepare, he knew how to improvise strategies in battle to throw his enemies off balance.
Rain fire! But sire, our troops just do it!
The Mad Titan's combination of well-crafted plans and ruthless tactics led him to many victories over alien enemies. And he's also outsmarted a few of the smartest Avengers during his career.
Stark.
You know me?
I do. You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
Both of these big bads are pretty brainy. However, having the knowledge of future events will always give you an advantage. Even if Thanos came up with an incredibly clever strategy, chances are that Kang already knows what the Mad Titan's planning and how to stop it. Winner, Kang.
But this outcome was never in question. I will do whatever it takes to ensure the survival of my timeline. The survival of humanity.
Round 4, biggest victory over the Avengers.
Every major city in the world is under attack by Kang's forces. Several have already fallen. Even more are surrendering. If we're gonna turn this around, we don't have much time.
After Kang carefully toyed with historical events, he launched a massive assault against the Earth and the Avengers. During the conflict, he took control of an opposing army of Sentinels, stranded Avengers in the middle of space, and completely obliterated Washington, D.C. The situation got so bad that a large portion of the world surrendered instead of fighting him further.
Fury to Iron Man, we're out of time. Kang's forces have taken over 3/4 of the planet, and for every city we're holding, 4 more fall.
Although Kang was able to capture heroes and command the planet for a while, the Avengers did manage to stop him. However, Kang was able to escape with the help of his son and start planning his next great conquest over Earth's mightiest heroes.
You came to fight me, Avengers? Here I am.
The Mad Titan spent years of planning and observing the Avengers before he dealt them an infamous and devastating blow. After gathering the Infinity Stones, he took away half of all life in the universe with a single snap.
You should have gone for the head.
Not only did the Avengers see their forces cut in half, but the entire universe saw 50% of existence fade away.
And it looks like he did exactly what he said he was going to do. Thanos wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
Undoing the damage the snap caused was no easy feat. In both the comics and the MCU, sheer force alone was not enough to stop the Mad Titan's grand plan. The Avengers in those realities relied on tiny openings or sheer luck just to get the gauntlet away from Thanos. Although the heroes were triumphant in each reality, they would never be the same.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Seeing Kang force the modern Earth and its Avengers into submission was pretty impressive. But that conquest pales in comparison to what Thanos accomplished. By leaving the entire universe scarred, the Mad Titan can easily claim that he had the more significant victory. Winner, Thanos.
I won. Tipped the cosmic scales to balance.
Round 5. Who's harder to defeat?
Are you worried, Asgardian? You should be, because even chained here, stripped of my armor, I am still the conqueror.
Underneath Kang's advanced armor and wealth of knowledge, he's an ordinary, albeit very smart, human man. If you're decent at hand-to-hand combat and can manage to find a way around his clever plans, you can defeat one version of the villain. Kang's time-traveling shenanigans caused copies of him to pop up throughout different realities and points of history. So, if you get rid of one Kang, another one may show up literally minutes later. At one time, there was even a council full of copies and variants of the villain that teamed up to scheme together.
Hello, Kang. The Council of Kangs. Have you come to gloat? To mock my imprisonment at the hands of these primitives?
We're unsure if Kang himself knows exactly how many versions of him exist. All we know for sure is that defeating him once doesn't guarantee you've beaten the villain for good.
If you think I'm evil, well, just wait till you meet my variants.
There's no version of Thanos that's easy to defeat.
I thought by eliminating half of life, the other half would thrive. But you've shown me that's impossible.
He's incredibly resilient to damage and an extremely skilled warrior. We've seen him beat down Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man all at the same time without a single Infinity Stone. And if he does get his hands on a full or partial set, you might want to throw in the towel right away.
What I'm about to do to your stubborn, annoying little planet, I'm gonna enjoy it.
Thanos has the power and intelligence to wield the cosmic items in creative ways during battle. And when he has a full gauntlet, the Mad Titan has been able to imprison impossibly powerful villains like Galactus. Despite the incredibly high odds, it is possible to catch Thanos off guard and take him down. But doing so will usually come at an incredibly high cost.
You hear me? It's Peter. We won. Mr. Stark.
Honestly, trying to defeat either of these villains is going to take tremendous effort and sacrifice. But if you manage to topple Thanos once, you'll probably never see him again. Kang is a whole different story. Since you can never be sure if you've gotten rid of every variant of the villain, there's no way to know if you've truly beaten him. Another version of Kang could always be ready to fight you all over again. Winner, Kang.
See you soon.
With a score of 3-2, Kang conquers an extremely close matchup.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your days on this dead Earth, for this is where I am leaving you.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.